Hello there, and welcome to the second episode of Hydra Museum, where today I'm gonna be building three things. First of all, I'm gonna start with the Chinese Wall, followed by Timer, and after that I'm gonna be building Hades Fortress. But not the whole process of that thing is on camera, and also partly on the live stream that I did by now. That's 2 weeks ago, I think. Yes, two weeks ago. And that is also the biggest build that I ever made, and also in this museum. So that's why most of this video is gonna be Hades Fortress, and also a lot of me trying to have an interesting interior for the museum itself, so that the builds actually look like they are in a museum without the museum taking all the attention away from the build. So I need a simple design for the museum itself, but also something that looks good and something that doesn't stand out too much. And I think I'm succeeding at that, because I basically have the same kind of design the whole way in the museum, with these Mexican walls combined with pillars and brown tile paths and these stone paths that are part of the unlockables. I don't use normal ones because the color didn't really fit in that well, in my opinion at least. Maybe you try to build something similar with the normal ones if you don't have these. If you want something with this kind of color palette or something, I don't know what you people are building if you don't share it with me. And most of you don't really send stuff in any Pokeball server, as far as I'm aware. I don't exactly know who's viewed my videos, by the way. I'm only aware of a few people in the Pokeball community that actually watch my videos, since they comment on them, whether it's in the comment section or in a Pokeball Discord server, where they say something about the video. Also, you may notice that the music under this video is a bit different than my usual music, like the epic orchestral music that I normally use on practically everything. That's because someone asked in the comments for some more relaxed music, and I actually think that fits better than the epic orchestral music in a museum. So that's why we have a slightly different music. A link to the thing that I used here in this video is in the description. And you may have noticed that I just placed a mini version of the Temple of the Golem down and removed it again. That's because it didn't really fit here, because it was too big, and I want all my separate less builds to fit in a hallway instead of separate rooms, because well, they consisted out of less videos than my series. Therefore, I gave them a little less space. I hope you don't mind it too much, but you may have noticed that I just placed a Chinese wall. This build is the only one that's actually kind of one-to-one on scale, because well, even though it isn't as big as the normal one, the scale of the towers is the same, because I already had a -8 scale on the Chinese wall when I built it, and I can't go further than the Chinese wall, so the towers are the same size as they are in the actual build. So if you compare them, it may look a little weird. So that's also why the Chinese wall, the original world, doesn't work in first person. Since at the moment, I don't know if it will be in the future. I don't know when you're watching this video. Maybe there is resizing for NPCs or for PCs, I don't know. We'll see, I guess, but at the moment there isn't, so it looks a bit weird in first person. So that's so this is basically the only environment where the Chinese wall doesn't look that weird in first person. And I think we're about done with the Chinese Wall now, so I think we're moving on. Yes, we are moving on to Timer right now. If you don't know what Timer is, it was my Halloween special. And if the name didn't make it clear, I built it for Halloween in 2019, because this video was in 2020 and I only had one Halloween special in Pocket Build, because in 2018 I had a Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 coaster, and this build was quite enormous and had a lot of things happening in it, but I chose to go with Dimension and almost exactly recreate it. I had my I had a second device on the left of my iPad where I was building this on, where I could exactly see how I built this dimension, and this is almost an exact recreation of the front of Dimension, but it was freeform, so it can't theoretically be exact, or practically. I mean, theoretically it can be, because well, a robot can probably recreate it one to one. I mean, exactly not one to one. In this space, no one can recreate it one to one since it has to be sized down. Okay, this is starting to be an absolute mess. Never mind this, okay? I didn't say it. I'm gonna leave it in the video, but who cares? But while building, I noticed that the lighting glitch where with dimensions still exists with the Halloween type dimensions, because they have inbuilt lights, and sometimes the location of the lights glitches out and are stuck there eternally, even if you remove the item they belong to, which is hella annoying, and it happened to me here as well. I hope to make the lights work in this mansion like they did in the normal one, but I couldn't, simply because of these glitches, which was kind of unfortunate. And it seems like we are done now with the timer, so now we're moving on with some normal museum detailing and finishing off the room where Karen lies in or stands in. I don't know I don't even know what this type of word is called. What word I'm supposed to say there, where Karen is in, I guess. English isn't my first language, okay, and I'm not really that old, and I haven't been speaking English for that long, so excuse me for my terrible English. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this commentary. In about 1 minute and 30 seconds there, Hades Fortress will start, so if you are only interested in that, there's your thing, I guess. I don't think there's a timestamp in the description, but I'll leave you alone with the music, and I'll see you later. Bye.